I feel today? Ask yourself this question.
What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! And don't do that! And don't do that!
When I step on the field, I send one message. And this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Football is getting hit. That's it.
It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? And don't do that. And don't do that.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how like we the Miami Heat of football. Yap, 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 yap. The bottom line is you got to buckle up your chin strap. It's embarrassing. Yap, 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 yap. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from them. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's war out there. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? And don't do that. And don't do that. It's a wrap. Game over.
Hey, this game is not over. It's just getting started right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. It is Talk Your Team Tuesday. I'm live, y'all. I'm live. It's been a minute. Want to get one in today and make sure everything is good as we get ready to head into camp opening up for several of the NFL teams. That's right. We are getting closer and closer to some NFL action. And for those who don't know, this thing is really right around the corner. Let me look at my schedule. Go to NFL. And yeah, the Texans and the Bears play in, is it less than 2 weeks? Yeah, it's less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, we got some football. Let me go to the calendar. I fibbed. All right, so not this Thursday, the 18th, not the next Thursday, the 25th, but the Thursday after that, August 1st, we got some football. So I'm telling you, man, we almost in there. We are almost in there, Keith Hennick. We are almost in there, all mad. It is almost football time. It's going to be the Texans and the Bears. Little preseason action. Telling you now, don't be looking for a whole lot of Caleb Williams. Don't be looking for a whole lot of CJ Stroud. Just be glad it's some football. It's on the way. The Hall of Fame game, August the 1st, 7 o'clock Central on ABC and ESPN. You know what I'm saying. The Texans and the Bears, and the Bears are the home team. They got them as a favorite. I tell you what I don't do. I don't lose sleep over the final scores of preseason games. I'm looking for players to step up and fill roles on their respective teams. I'm looking for high draft picks that are rookies and those guys to play well in whatever time frame that they have. And I'm looking for everybody to stay healthy, man. I'm looking for everyone to stay healthy. So we'll see how all that works out on the upcoming preseason. So we got a lot to talk about today. I want to talk about a couple of things NFL related. If you want to get in, holla at me. Also, got to talk about some things in the NBA Summer League. A couple of names starting to stand out. And, of course, one name has been talked about way too much. And then, of course, I want to end this show with a tribute to a guy that, man, me and Coach Cole were just talking about him on last Friday. And then we got the news that he had passed away in his sleep. And I want to kind of end the show with a little bit of tribute to him. So that'll all happen today right here on the Lunch Break, powered by JM&E. Streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
There's a 100% chance of a laugh thunderstorm. 4 men with different viewpoints take a movie, show, or documentary and review it uncensored, unfiltered, uncompromised, with no holds barred. Join BS3, Wilkes, King Doc, and H-Rap B as they take on Hollywood their own way. BS3 Network proudly presents The Forecast, where H-Rap B always predicts,
if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
live every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Hi, I'm Laura Williams coming to you from Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. Here we've got tons of inventory here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands, ranging from XT4s to XT6 and from CT4 to CT6. We've got tons of certified pre-owned inventory here. Come see us here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. You can contact Laura Williams at 281-224-3666.
Alicia.
You can't hold somebody to that standard if you haven't voiced what you want and what you're needing from that.
Mika.
If you're not communicating expectations, you're waiting for your feelings to be hurt.
Nicole.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to take the time out to be alone and to get themselves together.
Ivan.
You got to be willing to work through stuff. And from the jump street, y'all done had problems. Maybe you don't need to be working through those.
BS3 Network proudly presents Queen 3 and King podcast. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central.
Hey, I'm going to be hanging out with the Queens and the King tonight on Queen 3 and King podcast. I hope you're able to tune in tonight, 7 o'clock, right here on Roku TV, YouTube TV, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Looking forward to hanging out with the King. We got a good show for you tonight. So be sure and check it out. All right, back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday. I am live. And saw an interesting article. I want to talk about it a little bit because it's kind of interesting. I'm sure they've done it before, but for some reason I just paid attention to it this time. Jared Dubbin of the CBS Sports has the 2024 NFL triplet rankings. Interesting. This is the rankings of quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. One for respective teams. Down at the very bottom, I'm in agreement with him. He's got Denver. Denver down at the very bottom. Bo Nix at quarterback, I ain't impressed. Javonte Williams at running back, and Cortland Sutton at wide receiver. Definitely number 32. New England at number 31. Drake May, still a rookie. Don't know what's going to happen with him. Ramondre Stevenson at running back, and Kendrick Bourne at wide receiver. Ain't going to scare nobody. Jared Mayo, I'm wishing him well. I want him to do well, but that ain't going to scare nobody. That's at 31. Number 30, you got Carolina, Bryce Young, Jonathan Brooks, and Deontay Johnson. Again, they haven't really put a lot around that young man to give him anything that's going to scare anybody. They missed out on the right head coach. You know, I'm not knocking the guy they got now, but, Mr. Wilkes should have been the head coach of that team. He turned that team around with what they had. They haven't done much since then. What's up, BS3? What's up, man? Doing well, just making the moves, trying to get things back on track. So appreciate you tuning in, man. Looking forward to hanging out with King Doc and them tonight on his show. So, all right. So, again, these are the rankings of the triplets in the NFL. That's quarterback, running back, and wide receiver number 1. All right. So, at 29, the Giants. The Giants again. Daniel Jones, that kills it right there. Devin Singletary, legit running back, and Malik Neighbors, man, that's that young kid out of LSU. Boom. Gonna be amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing him play. I'm not looking forward to him playing seeing them play with that quarterback. That's what not. Las Vegas Raiders, Aiden O'Connell. I think he's low-key better than folks are giving him credit for. Zamir White is the running back, and then Devontae Adams. Let me stop real quick on the whole Devontae Adams thing. Obviously, Devontae Adams played with you-know-who, the drama king of the NFL, and now the drama king of the NFL has been reaching out to Devontae, trying to get him over to the Jets. Devontae, if you're listening, if you let that man draw you over to the Jets and back in what you have been released from, bro. Make your own path independent of that man. I know y'all friends. I know you know him in ways that I will never know him. I know all of that. But all I'm saying to you is this, bruh, steer clear. You have been set free and probably don't even realize it. Anyway, they are at number 28. Number 27, Tennessee. And I wish I had Mike Patton on here because he is telling me Tennessee is going to be better than I think. I'm not going to put that on anybody else. This is my thinking. When you got Will Levis, Tony Pollard, and DeAndre Hopkins as your triplets, bruh, you better have a whole lot more than that. Rookies go through the sophomore slump. Folks have got a chance to see them play more. They got film on them. They can look at tendencies. They can see a whole lot more than they did in a handful of games in their rookie year. Nobody was checking for Will Levis last season. They're checking for him this year. Tony Pollard, he didn't do it when he was the man in Dallas. I tried to tell them, when everybody, oh, yeah, Zeke's too much money. Oh, got to get rid of him. Tony Pollard. It's different when you're one of the men versus being the man. And Tony Pollard found that out. That dude didn't do a fraction of what he did when he was the man with Zeke in the past. So, and DeAndre Hopkins is legit 183 years old. My boy, don't get me wrong. My man. Don't get me wrong. But he's 187 years old. So, if Tennessee is better, I will admit I was wrong, but right now they're right where I thought they were. That's at number 27. Number 26, Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, and George Pickens. Again, nobody's going to give Russell Wilson credit until he does it consistently again. Fair enough. And Pittsburgh has been a little of this and a lot of that for a minute. So I get it. I'm just saying they're going to be better than 26. 25, Washington, Jaden Daniels, Austin Eckler, and Terry McLaurin. Okay. No arguments, no whatever. 24, legit, should probably be lower. Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, and Chris Olave. They are not going to be better until they get the right head coach, right offensive coordinator, and make some legit changes in that organization. Miss Benson, got to do something different. Who that ain't going to be nothing that until they get right with that. All right. 23, the Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert, Gus Edwards, and Josh Palmer. Chargers are going to be a mystery, but they did go and get the whole running back room, half the running back room from the Ravens. So we'll see what my man Gus can do. Justin Herbert, I expect him to have a breakout year, so that'll be interesting. 22 is a surprising team. They got Cleveland, Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, and Amari Cooper. I'll just say this. Cleveland can't afford to be that low with their big three, with their triplets. They can't afford to be that low. It just can't happen. At number 21, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Keith Hennick, Baker Mayfield, Rashad White, and Mike Evans. I think that they are probably a little bit higher. I don't know if Baker's going to implode early, middle, or late. Expect it. But, again, I got Tampa Bay as the team to beat in the NFC South. So, all right. Number 20, Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy is not going to start. I don't know why they keep putting him up there. Aaron Jones and Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is what puts them so high. Aaron Jones, question mark, is he going to be a fraction of what he was in Green Bay, or is he going to still have a lot in the tank? We don't know. And, again, quarterback, Sam Bradford. I mean, not Sam Bradford. I'm Sam Darnold. I don't know where I went all the way back with Sam Bradford. But Sam Darnold is going to be the starter unless he gets hurt in preseason. But J.J. McCarthy, we'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see. Got a whole lot of Zach Wilson on him for me. At number 19, the Bears, Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, and DJ Moore. Again, that organization has more problems. 18, you got Seattle, Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker III, and DK Metcalf. I think they're going to surprise people out there in the West, as they always do. Indianapolis, Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr. I think that's about right. Jacksonville, we'll see. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and Christian Kirk. And then at number 15, Kyler Murray, James Conner, and Marvin Harrison Jr. That's real high for a team that's not that good. We take a break. We'll be right back. Finish this up right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
If you're looking for a sports program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show. BS3 Network proudly presents.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
Hi, I'm Laura Williams coming to you from Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. Here we've got tons of inventory here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands, ranging from XT4s to XT6 and from CT4 to CT6. We've got tons of certified pre-owned inventory here. Come see us here at Bayway Cadillac of the Woodlands. You can contact Laura Williams at 281-224-3666.
What do you get when you watch or listen to the Life Happens podcast? Well, I'll let them tell you.
Kim and I are both ministers of the gospel, and the Life Happens podcast is a beautiful balance by simply taking our spirituality with real life and merging it together to create a beautiful balance. And that's what we do.
BS3 Network proudly presents Life Happens podcast, where Christianity and life intersect. Live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central.
All right, y'all. We're back here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streaming live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV. And again, I'll be hanging out with the Queens and the King tonight on Queen 3 and King podcast. Be sure and check it out. Don't miss that. We got a good show for y'all tonight. All right, I'm finishing up these power rankings for the triplets in the NFL. Again, Jared Dubbin of the CBS Sports put together a real good power ranking. We're at number 14 right now. Got the Falcons really high for me. Kirk Cousins, Bijan Robinson, and Drake London. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. At number 13, Green Bay, Jordan Love has done a great job stepping into the shoes of the quarterback role in that team. And I'm a Matt LaFleur fan. I am. That dude has done it in spite of all of the everything that has been happening around them. So I'm going to give him credit. Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and Jaden Reed at number 13. Number 12, Dallas. Cowboy fans, Dak Prescott, Rico Dowdell, CeeDee Lamb. I think they should be higher. Buffalo should be higher. At 11, Josh Allen, James Cook, and Dalton Kincaid. They got rid of their wide receiver number 1, so we'll see. They got question marks. If there's a drop-off in Buffalo, what happens then? Number 10, the Dolphins, Tua, Raheem Mostert, and Tyreek Hill. Again, I think they're higher than number 10. Number 9, the Jets. Come on now. Come on. Drama King, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson. I'm cool with running back and wide receiver. This dude's got to prove it like everybody else. So we just going to give him credit for what he did 3 years ago? Okay. Is that what we're doing? Texans, higher than that team, though. I'm glad about that. C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, and Nico Collins. Man, they got a whole lot of wide receivers. So they're going with Nico as wide receiver 1. Tank Dell is back. Of course, they picked up, the Stephon Diggs from the Buffalo Bills. They got a whole lot of folks that'll be gunning for wide receiver 1. All right, number 7, Detroit. Again, I think they're going to have a great year. I think it'll be a breakout year for them. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yep, I think they're going to be good. The Rams, again, another team that I've got higher than most folks in my power rank. Got them at 6. Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Puka Nukwa. Yeah, I know I blew that. Anyway, number 5, the Bengals. I want to talk about them a little bit. I don't know if I have time to do it today. Joe Burrow, Zach Moss, and Jamar Chase. Again, I think they can bounce back. San Francisco, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, and Brandon Ayuk. If he plays well, I mean, he might be upset about that contract. Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and A.J. Brown. Number 2, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and tight end Mark Andrews. They're going with Andrews as opposed to the wide receiver. And then number 1 is Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Pacheco, and Kelsey. No arguments there. A few areas, teams that I think are ranked way too high. Way too high. All right, so a lot of talk about Bronny James not being NBA ready. Supposedly they got Mr. Brown from the Boston Celtics saying he's not an NBA player. Then he went back and corrected that and kind of put his spin on it. Here's the thing. Nobody was saying anything about nepotism in the league and in other leagues until LeBron got his son in. Nobody was saying anything. Lane Kiffin, Monty Kiffin, who just passed away. Nobody was saying anything with the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers when his dad got him in the league and he was killing teams, learning how to be an offensive coordinator. He's there now. Please don't get me wrong. He's there now, but was killing teams until he got it right. Blew a whole Super Bowl for a team because he didn't know how to honestly mix the run in with the pass in the second half of a game that they were up 28-3. I'm not understanding. Nobody really dug into the fact that the New England Patriots allowed their head coach to put his son in as the defensive coordinator of a team that still had possibilities. But now that LeBron has, if that's how it went down, use his juice to get Bronny James in spot number 15, 14, or 13 on the Lakers. Now all hell's got to break loose. Everybody's got to have a comment about Bronny James. It's no wonder he's not playing well. That's a hell of a lot of pressure to put on a young man who's just trying to play basketball. All I'll say is this. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing the next time somebody gets their son or daughter involved in the league. I don't want to hear nothing about it. It's almost like it's okay when it's on a certain level, and it's not okay when it's LeBron James. I'll leave it at that. Listen, I got to get ready to go, but before I go, I want to talk about a young man who I got a chance to get to know personally, Jacoby Jones. When he was with the Houston Texans, I got a chance to know him. And then, of course, when he left, he still was here a whole lot. Jacoby and I had a running joke about him never giving me an interview. Said he didn't talk to the media. said they always twist his words. I tried to tell him, hey, man, my show is totally different. You can say what you want to say, be who you are. And I promise you, I will not twist your words. But it became a running joke. Working on a project that I was going to have to interview Jacoby Jones for, because he was going to be speaking up for another client of mine. And me and that client were talking about him last Friday. Coach Johnny Cole and I were talking about him last Friday. And then, of course, we got the word that he had passed in his sleep after that. Here's what Coach Cole sent me on that day to use for the project that we're working on. And I want you to see this and just hear the voice of a young man who's gone too soon. Who's gone too soon.
The way I played the game is just like growing up as a kid, throwing the ball up to yourself when you're outside. You know what I'm saying? Kids don't go outside no more. Go outside. The kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to go outside by myself, throw the ball up to myself. You know what I'm saying? Do this like 5, 4, throw it up and go get it. Go outside. Like, just that's the way I played the game. So I didn't look at it like I just was playing. At Lane College, I had father figures. Those coaches was father figures. I had Darren Hayes. Then I had Johnny Cole. They both taught me ball. Darren Hayes, he was strict. Johnny Cole let me play the game. He taught me the game. But they both taught me the game of football. It helped me. They taught me how to be an adult. That was the biggest thing. They taught me how to be a grown man. To be drafted from Lane, when people said you would never be drafted from Lane, it's big, man. Like, I watched my mama faint, my whole family. We did the bus stop in the middle of the street. No bull. We were in the middle of the street doing a bus stop. My mama fainted. For Lane College, that lets you know you can go anywhere you want. When I was on Dance with the Stars, it was an experience. Karina was my partner, and we'll do our thing in 30 minutes. I've been learning to dance for 30 minutes. I'd be like, all right, but she be wanting to keep going and going. I'm like, Karina, all right. I used to make her mad on purpose so she can kick me out. So I won a championship in park ball and 10-0. Junior high championship in football and basketball. High school, only team that won the indoor and outdoor state track. College basketball championship. Lane. NFL Super Bowl. Only thing I'm missing is being a champion as a coach. That's the only thing I'm missing. I'd have hit every mark. The SIAC is so deep, and we're talking about every sport. So for me to get this opportunity, be right here, it's a humble moment, man.
All right, y'all. Again, that's Jacoby Jones. I appreciate Coach Cole for sending that to me before what happened, because it makes his words all the more powerful and meaningful. You got a real good chance to see him. So just like everyone else that knew him, I extend my deepest condolences to his family, his mother, all of his friends, all the people that played with him, Coach Cole. I know he's grieving. Man, gone too soon. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I'll be back tomorrow for Winning Wednesday. Had a special guest who was going to be joining me. He's not able to join tomorrow. See if we can't get somebody else to come in that place and be there. But listen, sincerely as always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I truly do love you. And there's nothing you can do about it except tune in tomorrow for Winning Wednesday right here on the lunch break, powered by JM&E, streamed live on Roku TV, courtesy of BS3 TV.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. Number one, Judge Aileen Cannon dismissed the indictment against former President Donald Trump and co-defendants in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. The dismissal was based on the grounds that the special counsel, in this case, Jack Smith, was unlawfully appointed and thus violated the Appointments Clause of the United States Constitution. Judge Cannon ruled in the favor of Trump's lawyers, stating that the power of a special counsel should be established by law and confirmed by the U.S. Senate, unlike Jack Smith's appointment by Attorney General Merrick Garland. Number two, hackers breached AT&T's third-party cloud platform Snowflake, accessing call logs from May 1st to October 31st of 2022 and some data from January 2nd, 2023. Call content, personal information, and timestamps were not compromised. AT&T is notifying affected customers and working with law enforcement. Customers should be cautious of phishing attempts and protect their personal information. AT&T maintains the incident has not materially impacted its operations or financial condition. Number three, when we used to refer to the period tax, we were talking about the money we had to pay for menstrual products. Did you know that, fellas? But now it's taking on new meaning as Newsweek reports that more than 16 toxic metals like arsenic and lead have been found in some tampon brands. Exposure to metal can cause things like infertility, cancer, diabetes, and dementia. However, it's unclear whether the amount of metals contained in tampons could affect us this way. Number four, a 27-year-old black man by the name of Dwight Jackson is accusing the Shinola Hotel in Detroit, Michigan of racial discrimination after being invited to an interview after he changed the name to the one that sounded more Caucasian. Mr. Jackson used the same application materials under the name John Jabrowski and received interview invitations from Shinola. Jackson's attorney hopes this case will encourage legislative action. Nearby Ann Arbor removed names and addresses from job applications to reduce hiring bias. Number five, IRS penalties are charges for not meeting tax obligations, like late payments or incorrect filings. Common penalties include those for incorrect information returns, late filings, and late payments. To avoid penalties, ensure tax documents are accurate and submitted on time. And when facing a penalty, stay calm and explore relief options. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Discipline is not about punishment, but about training oneself to follow a structured path. Yes, ma'am. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with comedian extraordinaire Damon Williams and producer extraordinaire Ahmed Gordon and Cameron Riley as we discuss today's top headlines and more. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.